we're going to look at the taxonomy of the kingdom fungi. With the kingdom fungi, there are certain characteristics. They are all eukaryotic organisms, meaning they have cells with membrane-bound organelles. They're all heterotrophic, which means they do not do photosynthesis. They have a cell wall, and the cell wall is made out of chitin. If the cell wall is made out of a different material, it doesn't fall in the kingdom fungi. They are multicellular, or they are highly multinucleate, but they will have at times divisions making them multicellular. And they lack motility in the trophic state, which means they don't get up and they don't move from point A to point B, but rather they grow on their own into new areas. When we break them apart, we are going to break them apart depending on type of mycelium that we have. If the mycelium is cenocytic or aseptate, it's going to go into the zygomycota. Zygote, you can see the word zygote in there. Myco refers to fungi, so what we've got is fungi that do zygotes. When we look at cenocytic mycelium, what we see is we see a lot of mycelium without many cross walls. If the mycelium is septate, it's really going to go into one of a couple of major groups. And septate mycelium looks like this, and you can see the cross walls, and there's a lot of cross walls in this particular photograph. But again, this is septate mycelium. With sexual reproduction, we are going to either have the sexual spores internal, in which case they are going to go in the ascomycota. And what the internal sexual spores look like is this particular diagram shows that you start out with something that is dikaryotic. The two nuclei are going to fuse and give you something that is diploid. You're going to get exchange of chromosomes in here. You're going to get the formation of haploid cells, and then out of the haploid cells you're going to get haploid spores. All of this is done inside of a cell that is called the ascus, and therefore we say the sexual spores are internal. If the sexual spores are external, we say that we've got the basidiomycota. And in here you can see we start out with a septate mycelium. They are dikaryotic. You get fusing of the two nuclei. After you get fusing of the two nuclei, they then go through meiosis once, in which case we are going to get the production of 4 new haploid nuclei. These haploid nuclei are going to migrate into the basidia spores that are on top of the basidium. Therefore, the sexual spores are external, and we're going to call this the basidiomycota. And so we're going to look at each one of these groups of fungi because they're very important. If we have no sexual reproduction, we kind of group everything in what we call the mitosporic fungi. Mito meaning mitosis, because we are not getting meiosis. And in the mitosporic fungi, we've got a lot of different groups and a lot of different things that become very interesting to us.